How did ancient humans survive diseases? Introduction. Thousands of years ago, ancient humans lived in a world without hospitals, antibiotics, vaccines, or modern doctors. Diseases, infections, and injuries were constant threats. Even a small wound could become deadly. Yet humanity survived and continued to grow. How was this possible? Ancient humans relied on their natural immunity, traditional medicines, community support, and knowledge gained through generations. Their survival is a remarkable story of adaptation and resilience. Natural immunity and survival. The human body has a powerful immune system. Ancient humans who had stronger immunity were more likely to survive diseases and pass their genes to future generations. Over thousands of years, this natural selection helped humans become more resistant to many illnesses. Children who survived dangerous infections often developed lifelong immunity. Although many people died young, those who survived became stronger against certain diseases. Healing with nature. Ancient people carefully observed nature and discovered that some plants helped relieve pain, reduce fever, or heal wounds. They used honey to protect wounds from infection, garlic for its antibacterial properties, willow bark to reduce pain and fever, aloe vera to soothe burns and skin problems, various herbs and roots for digestive and respiratory illnesses. These remedies were not always perfect, but many had real medicinal benefits. Community care. Humans survived because they lived in groups. When someone became sick, family members often provided food, water, and protection. Archaeological evidence shows that some injured individuals lived for years despite severe disabilities. This suggests that ancient communities cared for their vulnerable members rather than abandoning them. Social cooperation became one of humanity's greatest survival tools. Isolation and disease control. Even without scientific knowledge, ancient people noticed that diseases could spread between individuals. Some communities developed simple forms of quarantine, avoiding contact with sick individuals, separating infected animals, moving camps away from disease outbreaks, cleaning living spaces and water sources. These practices reduced the spread of infections long before germs were discovered. Traditional healers and early medicine. Most ancient societies had healers, shamans, herbalists, or medicine men and women. These individuals collected knowledge about plants, treatments, and healing rituals. Although some methods were based on spiritual beliefs, others were surprisingly effective. Ancient healers often cleaned wounds, set broken bones, used medicinal plants, performed simple surgeries. Over generations, successful treatments were remembered and shared. The role of diet. Ancient diets often included natural foods such as fruits, vegetables, nuts, fish, and wild game. These foods provided important nutrients that supported the immune system. While food shortages sometimes occurred, many ancient diets contained fewer processed foods and artificial ingredients than modern diets. A healthy diet helped people recover from illnesses more effectively. Learning through experience. Human survival depended on observation and learning. People noticed which plants were poisonous, which herbs helped sickness, which water sources were safer. which behaviors increased disease risk. This knowledge was passed through stories, traditions, and practical training. Over centuries, these lessons formed the foundation of early medicine. Major challenges. Ancient humans still faced enormous dangers. Smallpox, tuberculosis, malaria, cholera, parasites, respiratory infections. Large epidemics sometimes wiped out entire communities. Average life expectancy was much lower than today, largely because of disease and high child mortality. Survival was never guaranteed. The Agricultural Revolution. When humans began farming about 12,000 years ago, new health challenges appeared. Living closely with animals increased the risk of diseases jumping from animals to humans. Larger settlements also allowed infections to spread more easily. At the same time, farming created more stable food supplies, helping populations recover after disease outbreaks. Ancient civilizations and medical advances. Civilizations such as Ancient Egypt civilization, Mesopotamian civilization, and Ancient Chinese civilization developed increasingly sophisticated medical systems. They recorded treatments, surgical techniques, and medicinal recipes. Some ancient doctors performed operations, stitched wounds, and used surprisingly advanced diagnostic methods. These early innovations laid the groundwork for modern medicine. Conclusion. Ancient humans survived diseases through a combination of natural immunity, herbal medicine, community care, observation, and adaptation. Although many illnesses were deadly, people continuously learned from experience and passed their knowledge to future generations. Humanity's survival was not the result of a single discovery but thousands of years of resilience, cooperation, and innovation. The medical advances we enjoy today are built upon the lessons learned by our ancient ancestors as they struggled against disease in a challenging world.